I'm Michael Forcier, and I am a codependent. What's a codependent? Well, my case was when I was a child, I didn't have a really good father figure. There was no mentorship, and so I was left to set for myself. And when I go for love, I got rejected, so I had to settle for everything I could get, and I settled for attention. And that was my go-to for the rest of my life. I had to have attention to be able to feel love for myself. And that had to come in the form of other people. And there wasn't any people. I went for drugs, alcohol, anything, because I had no connection to my authentic self. When I opened my eyes when I was born, it was a pretty tragic area. My mother was in a mental institution, and I pretty much blacked all that out. But then I got into a family with 2 brothers, 2 sisters, and I got all the attention in the world, and that was my reference point from that point forward. And I probably sucked the life out of the room, everyone I was in, because there's no bar, there's no limit to what you can get with that, because you don't know. I have no clue. So now as an adult, I was in all kinds of different 12-step programs, and I never really could find out what was really wrong with me. And the thing was, I didn't have a connection to my authentic self. I really didn't know who I really was and what my dreams and wishes were, because number one, I felt unworthy. I felt like I deserved anything nice, and I had no courage to go look for it. But I could act out and get attention at any time. So I had to find no happy medium between that. I had to completely hit a bottom. And that came from suicide attempts. Many times I had suicide attempts because I couldn't get any attention somewhere. And finally, I found out about codependency and what it was to find your authentic self. And there's a Martha Graham quote about just do it and don't compare it to anybody else. It's just a fact that my soul is talking in a way where I have to create something, find something out of art, music, whatever it is. And that was it. As soon as I started being creative, I felt alive, I felt awake, and I had no idea that the whole right side of my brain has been starving for that. And the more I do it, the happier I feel. So if you have not had a chance to find your creative self, don't compare it to anybody or anything, just do it. You know, it's like when you're on the phone, you're on a sketch pad drawing pictures, and that makes you feel good. Do it whatever you want. Swimming, things that you enjoy doing. I know some people, but it needs to be a creative thing. I can't just do an acting out thing, because I was acting out my whole life. Codependency comes in so many different forms. Basically, I'm expecting somebody else to fulfill my life for me, some way, shape, or form, or distract me from myself. And there's programs out for that, and there's 55 traits of codependency. There's that much of it going around. And I just do not want to compare myself with people anymore. And I find out that my vibration level's changing the more I'm being creative and expressing that within myself. And the people who have lower vibrations, I can't even be in the same room with them. And that's not to take an offense, it's just that our vibrations are level. We don't gel together, we don't think the same. And I notice that as my vibrations level and I think more positive of myself and feel more worthy, I get more excited about what I'm doing, and things start happening because I'm now focused on positive things. I'm not thinking about what's wrong with me or the world around, because what comes out of my mouth is who I become. It's the power of the word. So there has to stop the negativity right here. And what I do is I journal every morning, and I just purge the negativity out so I don't have to talk about it, because I want my days to be full of things that I want to happen. And magic happens just by knowing what I want. And I can have the world. Because through quantum physics, if I keep that picture in my mind long enough, Some people say for a half an hour a day, meditate on what you want, and it will happen. It's already being manifested by me keeping that picture in my mind. So a lot of people do vision boards, things that they can focus on all the time that happens, and it's true, it happens. So my advice for you codependents out there, quit focusing on what you don't want and keep focusing on what you do want. So make lists, and I'm going to tell you one real secret, okay? With an attitude of being grateful, you become bulletproof, because it's hard to be angry about something and be grateful. It's hard to be depressed and be grateful. It's a magical emotion that is within all of us, and it brings love to my own heart. And the thing about love is it's meant to be shared. You can't hang on to love. And it immediately starts manifesting in your attitude. You're happy, you're singing in the car, and you never even sang in the car before. It's because I'm in the moment. I'm always in the moment. And in this moment, I choose gratitude. Thank you.